Hey, what's going on guys? I hope you guys are doing great. Now in this video, we're going to be creating a cool looking accordion menu, which when you click on any of the menu items, you can see that we have sub-menu section. Like in settings, we have username, language and location. In messages, we have 4, and in profile, we have 3 others. Now to build this, we're going to be using only HTML5 and CSS. I hope you guys like this video. So without any ado, let's start creating this cool accordion menu. So I have linked my style.css file and also the font awesome link so that we can access all the icons. And the first thing that we're going to be doing is we're going to be creating a container div, and then inside here we're going to be adding a div with a class of menu. And then this menu would contain all the main menu items, and so we're going to be adding all the main menu items inside a list. So we're going to be adding a list with a class of list item, class of just item, we won't use that list item. And then inside here we're going to be adding a tag which would contain the main items like profile, and then we also would be using icons. So I'll just copy the a tag and then just paste it a few more times and then just change the name. So in this case, messages, settings, and then here I'm going to change profile to logout. And now I'm going to be changing the fonts, the icons. Now once this is done, now the next thing that we're going to be doing is adding our mini menu. So we're going to be having a div with the name of mini menu, and then we're going to be adding a class to our main menu items. So we're going to be calling it menu items. Now in our mini menu, we're going to be using a tag for all the mini menu items like post, saved and pictures. And then I'm going to be just copying this and then pasting it in all the other mini areas which we need. Now in messages, I'm going to be changing all this to new, sent, draft, and then spam. And in settings, I'm going to be writing password, location, and then I'm going to be adding one more, language. Now our HTML is done. Now let's move to our CSS. So first thing that we're going to be doing is removing the default margin padding, and we're going to be adding border box sizing to border box and list style to none and text decoration to none, because we're going to be having the a tag and the li, so we're going to be doing that. So, and then I have added color white. Let's remove this. Now in container, we want this to be at the center, so we're going to be using position absolute and top 50% and left 50%, and then transform translate to move it at the center. Now in our menu, we're going to be adding a width of 300 pixels, a border radius of 8 pixels, and overflow hidden. Now in our item div, we're going to be adding the overflow to hidden. These items aren't the div, my bad. So these are the list. And so in menu items, first thing that we're going to do is add display block, and then we're going to be adding a bit of padding and a background color. And let's change the font color to white, and now when we save, we have this. Now we're going to be adding this position relative, because we're going to be adding what we call as the pseudo elements, which in this case we're going to be using the before. Now menu items, and then we're going to be adding this before. So we want it to have a height of 18 pixels and a width of 18 pixels, a position of absolute, and a background of this. Now we have used this so that we have that pointing effect, as you can see. Now this is square, so to get this to pointer, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be adding transform rotate to 45 degrees, and then as you can see, now this is pointed. Now in our mini menu, we're going to be changing the background to a bit dark color and overflow hidden, and then we're going to be changing the display of the A tag to block so that they come vertically, and the color to white, and we're going to be adding a bit of padding. Now the font size to 14 pixels and a bit of margin, and this is going to be again the position relative. Now we're again adding a pseudo element. This time we're going to be adding this element in A so that we have that blue hover effect when we hover over each sub menu icon. Now this is going to be having a width of 6 pixels, height of 100%, a background color and top and left to 0. Now we're going to be adding a transition effect of 0.3 seconds with ease, and the first thing that we're going to be doing is changing the opacity of this to 0, and then when we hover, we want the opacity of this to come to 1. Now all that's left is our mini menu effect. Now we're going to be adding a transition of max height 0.3 seconds, and we're going to be adding the max height to 0, and here we're going to be adding IDs, and then in the A tag we're going to refer to that ID. Now we're going to target the item, and then the mini menu of that specific item would have a max height of 10 em, so when we click we see this effect. I hope you guys like this video. If you're new to the channel and if you haven't subscribed, make sure to subscribe and turn on the notification bell. So meet you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.